Hi, my dear friends. Hello, my dear brothers and sisters. This is Bobby Kitain welcoming you to Pathways of Hope. Let me begin with a story. The story goes that there was a church building that was burning, it was on fire. And so, in the middle of the night, the parish priest rushes to the site. And to his surprise, he found many of his parishioners already there trying to put out the fire. But what surprised him more was when he saw some of his parishioners, instead of carrying buckets of water to put out the fire, were carrying water guns. And they were trying to put out the fire using their tiny little water guns. So the priest walked up to them and said, "What are you doing?" And they said, "We're trying to put out the fire." The priest shook his head and said, "Guys, I don't need contributors. I need men and women who are committed to the task." And so the priest grabbed a bucket of water, went inside the burning building, and started putting out the fire, if only to show to them what commitment really means. My dear friends, God does not need contributors. God needs committed men and women who are willing to give their all to Him, men and women who are willing to make a stand for Him, men and women who are willing to take His side. In the gospel today, Luke 11, verse 23 says, "He who is not with me is against me, and he who does not gather with me scatters." Again, the emphasis on making a stand, the emphasis on taking a side, the emphasis of making a commitment. Now, in today's world, people don't want to take sides. People want to play it safe because they don't want to offend anybody. Well, the bad news is this, my friend. If you decide to really, really, really follow Jesus, you can't help but take his side. And when you take his side, you cannot help but others will be offended. Why? Because Jesus is not afraid to make a stand. And if he's not afraid to make a stand, we must not be afraid to make a stand as well. I know it's hard. I know it's not easy making a stand for what is right and what is good. But you know what? It's worth it. Why do I say it's worth it? Number one, because God is never outdone in generosity. When we give to Him, sometimes we're afraid that we might lose the things that we give away to Him. No. The truth is this: when we give to God, we receive so much more in return, in different ways and in different forms. So do not be afraid to give all to Him. Second reason why I say it's worth it is because He is already a winner. He is already a winner. If I'm going to invest on a business, for instance, I want to make sure that that business will succeed. If I'm going to cast my lot on something, I must make sure that that something or someone is already a winner. In this case, I'm investing everything that I am and everything that I have on Jesus. Why? Because He's a sure winner. He's a sure winner. And that's why we have to invest on Him. We have to give our all to Him. And lastly, why is it worth giving our all to Him? Why is it worth making a stand for Him? Because His promises are beyond this lifetime. Many rewards are only for this lifetime, for the here and now. But the reward that is promised by the Lord is something that becomes more real as we go into the afterlife. The promise of reward from the Lord is extending beyond this lifetime. And therefore, it is important that we understand that when we do follow Him, it will always be worth it. So, my friend, I'd like to encourage you, no matter how hard, no matter how difficult, make a stand for Jesus. Make a stand for Him. Take His side. Gather with Him because it's worth it. Have a blessed day.